morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Waking Up with Soop and Sugah. You guys are tuning into episode 61. I, of course, am your host, Soopkichen. Today is another beautiful Reset Tuesday. It is actually June 20th, guys. We grow ever closer to the Destiny 2 beta. And with me today, my two co-hosts, DJ Gao and Sugah Tits. How you guys doing?
Hi, guys.
Good. How you doing?
And special guest, Guardian Slayer, no, Zero. Did I do that right?
I think you did that right. You definitely got it down.
Oh, there we go.
I think Too Loud would be proud. I think he'd be proud.
Tell him I'm coming for that job.
Come for that job.
But yeah, guys, we got No Zero here with us, of course, and he is co-host to DCC Radio Podcast, the Destiny Content Creator Radio Podcast, and
very cool.
Yeah, Noel, you've been. This isn't your first podcast. You've been on this rodeo aplenty now. How did you get into the Destiny and the podcast biz? Like Destiny's a biz. Oh man,
it's the business.
It's the Destiny business.
Right. It's been what, 3 years now?
Yeah, it has. It's crazy.
Oh God, it doesn't even seem like that sometimes. Well, I was excited for Destiny way before like we ever even thought about doing a podcast. Podcast only came after because me and Troy like to talk too much, and we always wanted to do a podcast. And Destiny came around, and we were like, "Hey, this is going to be a great game to actually do a podcast on." And so, I mean, that's as simple as it is. Something we always wanted to do, and then finally we were just like, dude, this is the perfect game to take a plunge and actually try to do it on. We didn't realize, like, how much we'd have to put into it, and how much time, we'd actually have done it by now. But, no, it's really good. We went into Siege, we went into, like, a general podcast, done a bunch of different types of podcasts, and now I think we stretched ourselves too thin, and now we took a long break, and we're coming back with DCC Radio to kind of highlight content creators across the entire spectrum. We want, anybody that's making content for Destiny, we want to help, and that was kind of our original push. And now with DCC Radio and DestinateContentCreators.com, we can actually kind of see that dream come true now.
Cool.
Nice, very nice.
Yeah.
No, yeah, you guys, you're doing a good show, and actually, it was actually N64 Josh had the creator of the Destiny Content Creators website on his show not too long ago, and yeah, it's great that people want to highlight other people, because it does. It takes a lot, not only to be noticed, but to kind of keep up the enthusiasm. Mm-hmm. Like, you could have like a really good show, or you could be a really good streamer and be really entertaining. But when you start off, you got you're streaming for those 1-2 people, and that could sometimes be discouraging.
Oh, absolutely. When me and Brad took a little adventure into full-time streaming, and it got really discouraging. 3 months, I think we were showing up for like 12 people at our max. I mean, we had one day where I freaked out, and we had like 100 people in there, and I think somebody big was that had been on the show once was hosting us that day. But yeah, it is definitely tough, and people don't realize, because you take it personally. It's hard not to, because you're like, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah.
How come I can't get a crowd? But it's just about getting the recognition and being consistent. The more you're there and other people aren't, the more eyes will eventually be on you.
Yeah, definitely. And
sometimes it just takes an introduction, whether that be through a podcast or through one of the big streamers, just being nice enough to host you. Sometimes that's all it takes.
Mm-hmm.
Those
true. Hosts and those raids are really, really, really helpful.
Yeah, and
absolutely.
Consistency, because maybe you're feeling like shit and you don't want to stream, but if you're not streaming, then Goth isn't going to raid you. So you know, the day that you don't feel like doing it could be the day. So you never know. You never know. So it's all about, if this is really something you want to do, then keep pushing forward. And you know, if you feel like you want to stop, then you know, maybe this wasn't the thing for you. There's nothing wrong with that. You had fun, and you know you'll have fun with it.
I think it's one thing to note on anybody that thinks they want to do it is, I think it was Gathalion, or maybe, I believe it was Gathalion. Recently I was watching his stream and he was talking about not going to E3 because when he's not at home streaming, he's not at home making money. So it's really hard to make a decision to go to things like that because of that.
Yeah.
So,
no, it's true. Yeah.
It's definitely sacrifice to the work.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, he would, you know, he could potentially gain people at E3, but the number of people that he would lose, or, you know, the people that would stop watching, I'm not going to lie, because it's part of their routine, right? They go to work sometimes, and they pull up that screen, and that's running in the background, kind of keeping you company while you're doing paperwork or filing whatever. So it's just, yeah, whatever's taxing. So yeah, let's dive away from the. I like the way we got some podcast advice here, a little for the streamers here. That was nice. But let's move over, guys, to some video game news, and of course we're gonna start with Destiny 2 to be specific, because really Destiny now, besides last week's Iron Banner, we haven't really been doing anything, right? I mean, the raids are coming around again. You know, I might do a Crota. Crota's fun, but that's basically it. After that, I don't see myself coming onto Destiny maybe until Monday for a little bit of trials. You know, but that's about it. Not that I hate it. Not that I'm like, damn, fucking Destiny's not giving me shit to play. If you're doing that, then you need to reevaluate some stuff. Because there's nothing to be mad about. And if you're thirsting for that D2, just wait. The beta will be coming out July 18th if you're a PlayStation owner, and if you pre-ordered. If you're an Xbox owner and you pre-ordered, it's coming out July 19th. And for just regular people that didn't pre-order, the open beta is on July 21st. But be warned, it does end on the 23rd. So this is part of that, you see that PlayStation exclusivity right here, guys. We get a whole week. We get from Reset Tuesday, you know, up until Sunday night, into Monday morning.
Very cool. Yeah, I can't wait either.
I guess regular people only get a weekend. I guess that's normal, right? For betas?
It is kind of normal. Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think we'll be getting what they showed at E3? The Strike, the Crucible map with the new mode, and the one story mission?
You're in the lead.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I would think so.
I think that's definitely what they've said so far, but also I think that with Destiny 2, Bungie's really wanting to play closer to the chest this time around, and not just like, you know, because remember the alpha and beta in Destiny 1, by the time that was all said and done, I think Deej came out and said like, oh, y'all played like 25% of the game, and people were freaking out like, what?
Yeah.
That was 25% of the game?
Yeah.
Right?
And then it kind of was.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
Yeah.
I definitely think that this time they're like, one, let's give them less, but two, let's, you know, keep a lot of things close to the chest. Like, I honestly don't even think we're seeing all the possible weapons that are going to be in your primary and secondary. I think there might be new weapon types. I mean, that's just speculation on my part. I haven't had any inside information, but
Speculation.
Speculation. You know, it's true. I do believe there might be like another gun type or two that they might release. At least I'm hoping. Like the new ones include the grenade launcher, you know, the SMG. But I'm kind of hoping, you know, maybe they bring something along the lines of the Spartan laser, where you just get a straight beam of death. That'd be pretty cool. We kind of see
I'm a huge fan of Spartan lasers.
right? We also see the auto rifle that kind of looks like a heavy machine gun, but it's not. It's just
a Gatling gun.
It's a Gatling gun. It's okay. It's cool. Just slot that in your primes. Whatever. That thing
but
looks.
You know how that works, though.
How does it work?
It's arc, and you need to take arc damage for it to build its ammo up, and then once you have it, you can fire. And as long as you are
you're lying to me.
No, and as soon as you start taking a little more damage, you can keep firing.
No way. That sounds like too complicated of a mechanic for Bungie to even put in somewhere.
No, I can read it to you. It's in Game Informer.
No shit. There we go.
You want me to read it?
No. I believe you.
All right.
State your source. I'll believe you.
Right.
Yeah. No. That's really freaking awesome. And as you know,
so
yeah, and that energy, whether it be solar, void, or arc, in the Crucible, if you pop that super now, you're gonna get damaged a lot quicker. You're gonna go down a lot faster if you're taking that elemental damage, which I think is a really neat thing to put in. Yeah, it kind of makes it so where you're not running every time from hammers, or a golden gun. So there's always that, oh man, I almost took down that Blade Dancer, right? Just using my kinetic primary and a grenade or something, right? So now I feel like that combo might do more damage if your grenade, because your grenade will be an elemental damage. And if you have an elemental gun as well, that might take him down twice as fast. So
and the new golden gun is actually bits of the sun. That's where it gets its solar.
Ooh, bits of the sun. Damn.
Yep.
Get my hand on this Game Informer.
It was. Yeah, I mean, it's this month's issue in GameStop.
Okay.
So there's like a whole big 6-page on Destiny 2, and it'll show you the some of the exotics that you're gonna get and what they do, some armor, storyline.
How many? Speaking of exotics, how many do you guys think we're gonna get?
Oh boy, I don't know.
I don't even know.
That's a rough question.
Isn't it?
What are we hoping? More than 12? Less than 20? More than 20? Would too many exotics unbalance it?
Well,
I think it would.
It's not that it unbalanced. I get to a point where I can only hold one exotic in one slot. Like, what's the point of giving me a bazillion? I can only use one at a time.
That's true.
I would have liked them to incorporate where we could actually carry more than one exotic at a time.
No, no.
No. I mean, look at your gear. Look at how something I would love to wear the bones of EO with the gauntlets that match on the hunter. You know what I mean? I would like to be able to wear that, but you can't.
Matchy.
Nope.
Yeah, that's because you'd be overpowered.
What do you think, Noel?
I'd really like some more impactful exotics, because right now, currently, I just don't feel like there's very many worth running. Especially when it comes to armor. I mean, there's sometimes where I'm like, it doesn't even matter if I'm running in armor, because what does it matter? It just doesn't. And so, I would like more impactful stuff. That'd be awesome. But yeah, I would like to see as many as possible. But if 20 is it, that'd be great, as long as it's impactful.
What if it's impactful and they give you eight new exotics, but everyone has a purpose and feels like an exotic because there's only 8 of them?
If they did 8 and I could really be in a position where I'm like, holy crap, which one do I run?
Right.
Still, that's really, I think, really low, but at least it'd be worth it to be like, hey, maybe low, but at least it's I have to make a decision on what the hell I'm actually going to run.
No, yeah,
so,
definitely.
I would like that would be good.
Yeah, I definitely want them to be more exotic. I mean, as far as exotics that I use all the time, I think mainly just Mida multi-tool, and that's because as a hunter, I can run quick, shade step, and then my bones of AO, forward jump, and people are losing me out of their sights.
Yeah, I mean, in PvP, I feel like all I'm running is Icebreaker nowadays, because why not? It's the only way to make sure I have ammo all the time.
How did trials go for you with that new icebreaker? Because you just got it, right?
Yep, I made a promise on our podcast saying I was going to the Lighthouse last week, and I did.
There you go.
Good, nice.
There you go.
So it felt great because we hadn't done it in a while.
Mm.
It was nice to reassure myself that I actually can do it, and I still have the skill to do it.
Now, how long did it get you? Because you were away for a while. How long did it get you to get acclimated to the new meta, the like icebreaker palindrome meta?
The first week was absolutely atrocious. It was, oh my god, it was really, really bad. But week 2 went better, and actually week 2 showed a lot of promise because we went 8-1 was our best card. Week 3 was the same thing, and then last week I believe was week 4, so I'd say till week 4.
Okay, nice. So if you consistently, you heard it here, guys, it's confirmed. If you consistently rock that icebreaker palindrome for a month, you'll get good, son.
Yeah.
I got some work to do then.
Palindrome probably took me the longest to get into. It has a really weird cadence and the recoil pattern, so it took a little while to get used to that. But I'm actually rocking Chaos Dogma right now, and I think that is one of the best PvP guns, even though you get it from the raid.
Okay. Yeah, I heard that about Chaos Dogma. I tried to get into it, I could not.
It has a weird cadence as well. It's slower firing, but I feel like once you get the recoil pattern on it, you just consistently 3-tap people all the time.
Nice.
Very nice. Yeah, I guess I'd have to, do the 30-day null zero challenge and try it out.
There you go.
Guys, the Big Show was apparently a huge fan of Destiny. I had no idea, and he absolutely hates Titans. He thinks they're the cheapest thing around. I'm like, dude, do you really play Destiny? Have you seen Warlocks? But yeah, he walked away with a brand new exotic in his hands.
Jealous?
Right, jealous.
Yeah.
And maybe possibly some codes. I don't know if he got those.
Those codes.
But yeah, that is so weird. There's so many people in this community from all the different aspects of life. Like, there you go. Add pro wrestler to list of people that absolutely love Destiny and play it on a daily basis.
Right.
You know what Destiny needs, or Bungie needs to do now? They need to follow in Blizzard's footsteps, since they already are so much. Back in the day, Blizzard used to have a World of Warcraft commercial, and it was just full of celebrities talking about their World of Warcraft character.
Yeah.
They should do that with Destiny too. Just be like, right before coming out, like, I'm Big Show, and I like to play Warlock. I'm, whoever else, and I like to play this.
Right. That would be fantastic. Guys, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. We saw it at E3. It looked good. They promised story, and they gave us a story demo that you can currently download. It's at the PlayStation Store. It's been up for about a week now. Unfortunately, I tried to stream it, but just Capcom would not let me. They also wouldn't let me record any of the footage through my PlayStation.
Right.
So I wasn't able to fuck with that. But I did play it. And let me tell you guys, the gameplay is pretty sweet. I'm not gonna lie. When I heard story, I was a little afraid that they were gonna throw. I was like, yes, they're gonna have hordes of enemies, and I kind of wanted them to give me like a horde mode where I'm fighting, 3-4 guys at a time, and then every wave more and more people come. And what I was scared of was that the horde mode would just be, all right, you're fighting the same Ultron, minion over and over again 5 times in a row, but technically you've gone through 5. And my suspicions, my fears kind of were a little confirmed with the demo. That's definitely what it was. Like, there was an Ultron minion, and he would come out. Right now, there was with the demo, there was a variety of two different like minions that Ultron puts out that you fight against. And it's the robots that Ultron makes, and the Asgardian people that he takes over. So those are kind of the waves of enemies that you get to fight. On top of fighting, you know, Ultron himself and some possible other baddies that he might team up with. But there was a point where they threw like 2 bad guys at me, and I was physically fighting 2 of them at the same time. That was exciting to me. That was really fun. It was the first time anything has ever been done like that in a Marvel vs. Capcom game. But even then, I just kind of, you know, it's just, I think it mostly had to do with the skins. Like, maybe if they made them look a little different from one another, you know, maybe if they have 2 models to a bad guy. But again, this was just a demo, so maybe they do. I don't know. You guys, Noel, were you ever a Marvel vs. Capcom guy?
I played every single one of them.
Oh!
Big. I love that game. I really do. Little known fact, I'm actually a huge fighter fan. So I play a bunch of fighting games. I'm actually, Charlie says, you're one of the only people I know that's good at shooters and fighting games. So,
Damn.
yeah, I love those games. Those are some of my favorite games to play. I'm really excited about the new one. I was really excited to see the story mode. When they showed at E3, I never keep up with them, like when they're being announced and stuff, but when I saw like Chun-Li talking at the Avenger headquarters, I was like, what the hell's going on here?
Right? I was like, actual story. Yeah, and when you play the demo, there were quite a couple cutscenes. Sugah was actually next to me watching me play, and she was like, this is a little annoying. I'm getting maybe too many cutscenes. And I was like, maybe, but you're just used to Destiny not having any cutscenes, I think, Bay.
True.
True. There's definitely a lot of story there. It goes deep. The demo is basically Captain America and a squad, which is great because Captain America leads them like they're an extension of the Avengers, and it's really cool to see him like communicate with Chris Redfield, and and Rocket Raccoon and Chun-Li also exchanging, just witty compliments or jokes with each other.
I don't go to jail often. I put bad guys like you away.
Yeah. And then the whole point was they were breaking in to Asgard to break out Thanos. So that was really freaking awesome. And then at the end of the demo, you guys did. They make you fight Ultron, and it's an unbeatable boss fight. Like you can like chip away at his health. But he has so much freaking health, and he also has like an assistant that comes out, and once you kill him, after like 2 minutes, another one comes out. The demo made it so you can't beat him. I wonder if you will be able to, or if you won't be able to during the actual game. But then after the demo, they released a trailer, and if you played the demo, then the trailer made sense, where they're kind of trying to convince Gamora to talk to her dad about the Infinity Stones, and because Ultron only has 2 of the 6, so they need to go find the other 4 before he does. And of course, if you're a Marvel fan and a geek, you know that Thanos is the only one that's ever assembled the Infinity Gauntlet with all 5 of the stones. So I guess you got to go to the guy who's done it before, right?
Right.
And that's awesome. That is freaking awesome. It's got something for the true hardcore fans who know their Marvel, who know their Capcom. But it's also got stuff for just the common person who maybe you've seen a Guardians of the Galaxy movie and you love Street Fighter. So now this interaction for you is like surf and turf on a plate.
That's surf and turf?
That's surf and turf. So, did you get to see the collector's editions for this puppy, Null Zero?
I didn't. I didn't even know there was a demo. Now I'm gonna download it because I can't wait to play that.
Yeah, collector's edition. So far, it's been dubbed as the best collector's edition ever.
Yeah.
It comes with 4 statues. It comes with a Chun-Li, Captain Marvel, Mega Man, and who was the 4th one? Iron Man. It comes with 4 statues, as well as...
buy this.
Are you ready? As well as replicas of the Infinity Stones in a case.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes. $200. You get all your statues, you get all your collectibles, and you get basically the deluxe edition of the game, which will come with all your DLC characters. I'm a little mad that they're locking stuff behind DLC, but it's going to happen, especially with the way games are going now. Would it be good to go back to the good old days when, a regular roster was like 50 characters? Yeah. Is it ever going to happen? Probably not.
No.
Probably not. There's too much money behind, 3 characters for $5 or $3 a character.
Right.
So, and it's Capcom.
Plus, these fighters have to figure out a way to make extra money. I mean, the days of, you purchase the game and that's all the money we can make out of it is just not enough for those big titles like that.
Yeah, it's true. So, I mean, you get, it's already looking like a pretty solid roster. It's looking like a 30-character roster, just off the bat without DLC. So,
Okay.
with DLC, it might come up to just under 40. That's decent. What I was hoping for, I don't know if you've kept up with the Injustice 2, but when you swap skins in that game, for example, if you're the Flash and you swap skins to the Reverse Flash, you get a whole different voice actor. The Flash gets different moves and like different finishing moves.
I didn't know that.
So they kind of find a way to use the skin swap as a whole different character without using up that other character slot.
Right,
Which
gotcha.
I think is really, really cool.
Yeah, I like it too.
It's a neat way to give you more characters without giving you more characters, but they are giving you more characters. It's fucked up. It's some Inception shit. But definitely something I want, Marvel vs. Capcom to try out. If you can swap Thor and all of a sudden to a skin and be Beta Ray. Who's Beta Ray? Guys, he's Horse Thor. I don't know if you guys know this, but there's basically another Thor with a horse face. It's a thing.
It's a thing.
So, it would be awesome if they could do something like that, just to give us more characters, just to give us the feel of more characters. I don't even care if you don't give me, different moves or different voice actor. Give me the complete different character. That's what nice. That's what I want.
I got you.
So
That's how it was transpiring.
So it's cool. I am I still hyped? Yes. Even though I went through the demo, the voice acting was a little cheesy, but I've kind of come to expect that from Capcom now. It's kind of the standard. I don't even think Resident Evil games have good lines anymore. So the story was there, even though the dialogue was cheesy. But again, it's a mashup of characters. Your story's going to be cheesy. It's going to feel like 48 Hours or some sort of a buddy cop film. So I think they nailed it. A lot of people are complaining about the CG, how Chun-Li doesn't look like Chun-Li. They're comparing it to the remaster of 3.
Well, that's how I feel about Ikora.
Yeah, for Destiny 2, yeah, because she doesn't look like Ikora from Destiny 1.
She doesn't.
It just has to do with, they're using the new system. They're basing it off the new gen. Like, I'm sorry, guys, this is more detail. Maybe you've hit that uncanny valley, and that's why you feel that way.
Right.
But I definitely I don't feel that way. Do they look different? Yeah, they look a little different. But it's still Chun-Li to me. That still look like Chun-Li. There was no point where I was like, no, that isn't Chun-Li.
Yeah, and I think there's also there's nothing wrong with a little like our version. Having like, oh, this is how we see Chun-Li.
Yeah, definitely. So. Guys, I think it's all just wait for the game to come out. You'll start enjoying. If you love those fighters, if you love those moves, I think you're gonna enjoy the game, man. You're gonna get new backgrounds, new characters, new character skins. Captain America, a couple of characters play the same as they did before. Captain America, which I played through the demo, feels good, feels the same moves as Marvel vs. Capcom 3, because I got that for the PS4. So that feels the same. Mega Man played really cool. Iron Man played the same. Rocket was a little different, but they kind of improved on Rocket's gameplay from the last game. So he definitely feels a lot better to play with, and he's got Groot as a backup,
which is super awesome.
Yeah, you like pull your assist move, and Groot
cool.
comes out, and it's full-grown Groot. It's not baby Groot.
Nope, full-grown Groot with those long arms.
Yeah, and he just he either grabs a guy and pulls him in, or he'll do like a far punch if they're trying to play that distance game. So that's really cool, and they also. I'm a little upset that they didn't just put Groot out in the game as a full-on character. But what they also did was, Marvel vs. Capcom is known as a 3v3. You pick your 3 characters, they pick their 3 characters, you guys go at it until all 3 characters are down. For this one, guys, and during the demo at least, I don't know if this will be a story mode thing only, and then once you versus someone, it'll change. But you only got to have 2 characters. And in your 3rd slot, you got an Infinity Stone. So you were able to either use your Infinity Stone or swap to a different character. Once I started getting the hang, I played through the demo twice. Once I started getting the hang of how to use the Infinity Stone and when to use the Infinity Stone, because it charges and then you can use it until a certain point, and then you have to wait for it to charge again. But once you got a hang of like when to use it with what combos. It started to feel like, okay, it's cool. You took away a character, but I understand why. You'd kind of be a little overpowered if you had 3 characters plus an Infinity Stone. But I don't know. I kind of missed that 3v3, and I hope that for the verses they bring that back.
Or at least give you the option to do 3v3
or
the
2v with the Infinity
yeah.
Stone. Yeah, that'd be really awesome.
Because it would be cool to watch
you.
someone be 3 and then someone be 2 versus an Infinity Stone and see how that
Ooh,
mashup would
yeah.
go down. Because, you would think, oh, they've got the extra character, but it all depends on what 2 characters the person with the Infinity Stone would use. So, definitely an interesting little combo.
Yeah. So, I want to see what else this game has. It's going to have story mode, it's going to have the regular verses, but hopefully maybe they'll give me like another mode. I'm kind of just hoping for a horde mode. I know it sounds bad, but I kind of want one. I want to be able to pick like, Chun-Li and just have like a whole bunch of fucking Ultron robots come at me and be able to spin and, take out like 10 at a time with a spin move. And just see how many I can take out in a round and just keep them coming.
What, kind of like Dynasty Warriors?
Yeah, kind of like Dynasty Warriors. There you go, a lot like that. So it's something I'm hoping for. We might not get, but again, would be pretty cool if we did. So what's up, Noel? You getting that $200 collector's edition?
Probably.
Now that you know that it's worth the money, like I feel that this is.
You had
worth
me at Mega
the
Man
money.
and Iron Man statue. I was like, oh god.
There are so
And if you
many
are a
things-
big major fan like that, then yeah, you should get it.
All you have to do is sell a couple of those amiibos.
those
Dude,
amiibos.
I have a ridiculous collection of amiibo.
I know.
We've heard you talk about
Yeah, we were
it.
watching the Loot Cast. We saw
We've
you on
heard.
there, and then Shug looks at me. She goes, "You're not getting a Switch. I forbid you from
It's
getting
funny,
a Switch."
Got a Switch, and then I have like the entire Smash Bros. Collection. I have all of the Zelda stuff. And then now I'm working on some other stuff. Animal Crossing, I refuse. I will never play Animal Crossing, and I will never buy the Animal Crossing amiibo.
Oh man! Not even if it gives you a sweet Zelda something.
Never.
Never.
Never. That game
non-game, you mean? Yo, when I used to
do anything.
when I used to work at GameStop and people would come in to pre-order it, I'm like, tell me about this game. I'm like, please show me what you're actually doing. All you do is grind. That's all it is.
That's
The
how I feel
whole
about
game
Minecraft,
is
but
grind.
Xbox is pushing it in 4K.
But it's like, it's cute grinding. They're like, oh, look at these cute little berries I found, and look at this cute little this. And I'm like, I get it. I get who it was created for. I like understand it. It is not for me, but I get it. I like see the target market because they got their target market. We may not like it, but they making that Animal Crossing money.
Nintendo. We make money.
Absolutely.
They making
Exactly.
that money.
I just don't know how, because I played that game, and it is the most boring experience. And when we went to E3 with Josh last year, I was like, explain. I need to know what's the draw here?
His
what
wife
makes you
and
wanna
his
play?
kid play it like all the time. They love it.
Yeah, but he has more of a nostalgia factor to it.
But he likes he loves playing that game regardless of the kids and the wife.
He's still, which I don't understand.
That's the part I don't understand. I'm like, good for you, man. Good on you, bro. I just can't.
You go, bro. You make Nintendo that money.
So yeah, so Shug saw the money you guys were spent on amiibos. And
my God!
Breath of the Wild was a $1,000 game.
Oh my God! When you were talking
Destinat.
about the stop. Destinat was just horrible.
Going to Walmart and
God.
picking up those amiibo. Every time we go past a Walmart in like an area where nobody pays attention to games or anything,
yeah.
I'm always like, Shug, let's go in. Let's take a look at the
We're
amiibos.
like, let's do it. Let's do it. Because
I've actually made some money off of them. So.
Oh yeah.
Here you go. See, baby.
Yeah.
I bought a couple of Breath of the Wild sets, and then, I was just like, well, they're going out. Like, people can't find them already. And I just am lucky enough to have a couple sets left near me, so I made some money off of them. I like it.
Yeah, you might as well. Make money. Make that money.
Nintendo knows how to hit a soft spot in me that I like little statues of game characters.
Oh man, no. You know what? We saw the Pokken. We saw Pokken come out and at E3 and show us what they had. Shug, how do you feel about Pokken?
Oh, we're definitely real excited. We had never played Pokken before ASEN of last year, which is like the anime convention here in Chicago. And let's just say, some healthy couples competition was
for like 2 hours straight.
Well, it was like 2-3 in the morning, and they've got the video game open 24/7, so it's perfect. You can go, no lines, no wait, just a whole bunch of fun. And to find out that it was like coming out, because we were like, oh man, we gotta get a Wii U now. This game is oh so much fun, and now it's like, oh man, gotta get a Switch now. Oh man.
So yes.
Switch is so good too. I really applaud Nintendo on just doing their thing and really hitting it the right thing this time.
So, of course, you love your Switch, you love your fighting games. You getting
we heard
Pokken, no?
Story about that Switch.
What's that? Am I getting Pokken?
Yeah.
Probably. I'm a huge Pokemon fan. First gen.
Right.
Nothing wrong with the other stuff, but first gen is where I played. I went and saw the movie when it first came out.
Oh shit!
I mean, first gen is everything. And I swear to God, when the movie came out, the theater we went and saw it in had to hate me and my friend, because at the time we also were collecting the cards, and we walked to the front of the theater and were like, basically, who wants Pokemon cards? And of course, there's nothing but like 10-year-olds, 8-year-olds, and
children.
And we're like 17, and like the entire theater runs up to the front to come buy our cards. Like, it's so funny.
Awesome.
So yeah, I'm sure the theater hated us. I'm sure the parents there hated us. They were like, "Oh,
you're taking my children's cards? How dare you?"
Taking my money.
I love parents that get mad at you for that, and you're like, "Yo, I'm waiting in line here just like your kid."
Look, I know how to make money too. All right.
All right.
I'm 17. I gotta eat. I gotta see this movie too.
Well, I gotta eat, lady. So, first gen, you played it on the Game Boy, old red and blue.
Oh yeah.
Nice, very nice. Yeah, no, definitely. I remember being, I was in like the 5th grade when that game came out, and I got my Game Boy, and I was so excited. Played the shit out of the blue version. Still have it. Yeah, and then I don't know if you know this, but they all got the virtual console treatment for the 3DS, so you can go ahead and replay those on the 3DS. They're actually coming out with.
Do that because my son's really into Pokemon.
Oh shit!
But weirdly, he doesn't want Pokken. He's like, it's not one of their main games. I don't want it.
Oh,
What?
okay. What? Damn.
Your
He's a
child.
Pokemon elitist.
I feel like
It sounds like
I feel like he hasn't played Pokemon Stadium.
No.
No,
Never.
that's the mistake you've made as a father.
He doesn't want those games.
Oh man, yeah, because I
He
remember.
wants full-fledged. He can't wait till they do the Switch one. That they're
Oh
talking about.
yeah, the Switch RPG. I can't wait.
Yep.
Oh, my body is so ready. I told Sugah, I'm like, I don't care if we break up. I'm getting a Switch at that point. But you know what? Pokken turned her around, so we're still together.
Sweet.
So we're also getting, guys, the Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. That definitely looked interesting. Ubisoft bringing it with their minion-like rabbits. And it looks a little like the Final Fantasy Tactics, where you can only move, a certain amount of squares, and your attack only goes so far. You kind of have to work as a team to, if you want to move further than your usual spaces, or if you want to make like a super move. It definitely looks interesting. I think it's something I would dig just because I'm a nerd that way. I've played Tactics Advanced on the SP, and I love that so much I'm replaying it. Games like that. I know a lot of people are turned off by turn-based games. They need their action now. They can't wait for the enemy to make their move. I understand. It's just, a lot of thinking and planning sometimes goes into these games, and that is the aspect that gets me. That risk-like mechanic that's in these games. What do you guys think about this game? You guys think it'll do well as a Mario game, or do you kids will be like, what the fuck is this?
I honestly thought, I was honestly really surprised by this game.
Ah, someone took that kill. I cannot believe
I was
that.
like, I always thought Rabbids were a really stupid investment. Like, we went to E3 and, Ubisoft was really good to us. They talked to us about a lot of stuff. We had a lot of contact with Ubisoft employees. And some of those guys are like, oh, Rabbids, we're so into Rabbids still. And I'm like, why? Why are you wasting your time with this game? Like,
These
who
rabbits,
cares?
though.
Yeah, I really was like, who cares? But this one actually, I don't know, it seems like a good fit. Because the Rabbids are like Mario's just a good guy. And then the Rabbids are just like these, weird little, really into themselves. Like when the Princess Rabbid is, jumping over and she's, taking selfies.
Oh my God.
I don't know, I thought it was really funny. I think that trailer's hilarious, and I'm looking forward to it because I am a huge Final Fantasy Tactics fan.
Oh,
And if it's
damn.
anything like that,
You are
then
winning my
I'm
heart
down.
over more and more, Noel. Oh my God. I'm in love with you.
Yeah, I think I've bought Final Fantasy Tactics more times than any other game I've ever purchased. I've purchased Final Fantasy Tactics everywhere. I think I have it on my phone. I've had it on DS. I've had it on. I think it was on PSP at one point.
Yes.
I've had it on PlayStation 1. I've had it so many times. Great game. One of my favorites.
Fantastic game. We're going to be doing a lot of road tripping. I went to pick up Tactics Advanced, and I also picked up Tactics Advanced 2 and Tactics War of the Lions. I was like, all right, road trip, assemble. So I'm completely ready with my car chargers and my tactics. But guys, last two games here for the Switch. Metroid 4, which was teased, just the tip. What do you guys think? just a tip, just a tip. You guys think it's gonna play like Fusion or like Metroid Prime? Do you guys want the first person or do you guys want the third person? Gao, have you ever played a Metroid game? I don't think I've ever heard you talk Metroid.
Yeah, I think I played one. Isn't that the game where you turn into a ball and you run through tunnels and stuff?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, I played that. I mean, I wasn't into it.
Sugah, you've never
Which one?
played.
Do you happen to know?
Which one did I play?
It might have been.
I want to say Prime.
No, it might have been the first one. The very first one for like the Nintendo, or was it the Super Nintendo, Gao? It was Super Nintendo.
It was the Super Nintendo.
And it was the second one.
Okay.
Metroid
Super
2.
Metroid?
Super Metroid. Sweet. Sugah? Metroid?
A little bit, but I mean, it was when the neighbor, like when I was growing up, my neighbor had it, so it wasn't anything. Like, I feel like I can remember watching people play it more than actually
playing it.
Playing it. You know, I like that stuff.
I think Fusion was my first Metroid for the Game Boy. Like, that kind of took me away. And then they coupled it with the GameCube version, which I begged my buddy to let me. Yeah.
Yep.
They later came out for the GameCube.
Wait a minute, it might have been on the game.
I was like, wait, this sounds even.
This
you
sounds
keep talking to
familiar.
me. Keep talking. We'll see what sounds familiar.
Am I right though? Because you ran around. I mean, you had that arm that was like a cannon.
You turned to a little ball.
You were a girl,
you
right?
Yeah, Samus is a lady. That's right.
Yeah, and you did turn into a ball.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Was that on the GameCube?
there's all versions. It's always been a thing.
Oh, okay. All right. It might have been the game.
The graphics guy. Remember the graphics.
They were Nintendo graphics.
They're Nintendo. Oh my god. So
Tell me what else.
no, you played Metroid. Are you a Metroid guy?
I am a Metroid guy. So when I was young, my dad got me my first Nintendo from a friend who didn't play. And he basically had everything. I mean, he had so many games, and just wasn't really into playing anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So my dad held, like, I saw all the games that I got with my Nintendo, and he held back games he felt like I wouldn't be able to play, and some of those games are like Zelda and Metroid, and so I was really kind of like, well, here's your Mario. But I eventually snuck in and grabbed the Metroid and the Zelda out, and those games like melted my brain because it was like the first foray into like open world gaming.
It's
So,
true.
I'm a huge Zelda or Metroid fan. I'm looking forward to a Prime. Would love I'd like a more gritty story. Did you ever see the little short film that they put together with Jessica Chobot?
No.
They have a short where she is Samus, and it's fantastic. And if we could get something gritty like that one, oh my god, it'd be amazing.
Now, would you prefer the Nintendo style third person or the GameCube first person for Metroid 4?
I don't know. I think first person. I would really enjoy a good first person, but honestly, wouldn't even mind like a Shadow Complex type like side scroller. That would be awesome too. I know we're not getting that, but even I would love for them to kind of visit that kind of style where it's like a really like just hyper realistic 2D side scroller.
No, yeah, definitely. I don't think we've had like a decent side scroller in quite some time. I think the only ones that are consistently being put out are still the Metal Slugs.
Yeah.
But besides that, no one's really doing it anymore, which is kind of a shame. It's a very entertaining way to go
Dead
about
Island,
a level.
when they came out with their Dead Infinity set, where it was Riptide and Dead Island, they gave you retro Dead Island, which was a side scroller.
Oh, nice.
Oh wow.
It was cartoony.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was funny. Almost played like Double Dragon, kind of.
Ooh, sexy.
You know? Yeah. So
Nice. Kirby, of course, as well, is coming to the Nintendo Switch, and this one I was really excited about. I'm not ashamed to say it. I've been playing Triple Deluxe for the 3DS, and just absolutely enjoying myself with it. So to see that not only there's a Kirby game for the Switch that I'm going to be able to play and take everywhere with me, but it's also 4-player. So you'll be able to, control 4 different colored Kirbys and go about the game co-op style. I like it. I love it. Thank you, Nintendo.
with a question mark?
Thank you. Well, the only question mark there is, I wonder what they'll do if they do Kirby DLC. It would be cool if they did almost like Zelda, where later afterwards they either gave me like a harder version of the game, because Kirby games aren't very hard. They do require you to think, though. Like, they require some good timing and some deep thought sometimes, but they're never really that hard. So if like they did almost like a Zelda thing where later they came out with like a harder version of the game, maybe the bosses are a little stronger, maybe you don't get as many power-ups, and more story, like a little more story. I don't know what the story is going to be for this Kirby game, but already I want more. Duh. So I hope they don't miss out on DLC, because I feel like Nintendo might not do a DLC for this Kirby game, which is what I might be bummed out about.
I got you.
So I hope they do it, because I like Kirby.
Wouldn't that depend on the response that it gets?
I think so.
If they decide to do a DLC, if they're like, well, everybody seems to really like this,
it could be.
let's do another one.
I think we'll wait. I think they'll probably wait to see till show off more gameplay, because they just showed a trailer. So we don't know how many worlds are going to be, because Kirby's a lot like Mario, where there's a lot of different worlds. So if they added more worlds, because Mario has a lot of fucking worlds. You play Mario 64, it's got so many worlds, it blows your mind. So if they gave me something like that for Kirby, where they gave me like 20, 24 different worlds, I'd be ecstatic. It would completely. I wouldn't even be mad.
Kirby in the afterlife.
I wouldn't even be mad if they did almost like, I don't know if you guys played Super Mario Galaxy, but that game almost had too many worlds. Like, I remember playing that game going, oh shit, another world? Damn, I thought I was almost done with this game. So I wouldn't be mad if they did that for Kirby. I'm not gonna lie. So hopefully Nintendo will show us a little more. Am I the only one hyped about Kirby, guys?
You're one of the main ones hyped about Kirby.
Yeah, you're pretty hyped about it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say you're more hyped than I am. I like Kirby. I've played only one of them. I think it was on Super Nintendo.
Okay.
I did enjoy the, like, how it has like kind of like that Super Mario world thing going on with the world map and kind of how that plays out. So I enjoy those type of games, and I like that Kirby actually is capturing kind of that essence of how Super Nintendo, side scrollers kind of worked.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, Switch and the portability of it and being able to take it out. I mean, that game just seems like a good time sink to have something that's not super serious, not super time consuming. Just kind of get in and have some fun with.
Yeah, definitely what it's looking like. My first Kirby experience, I'm not gonna lie, was Super Smash Brothers. I played as Kirby, and being able to no homo, suck up someone and take their ability. It was really, really cool. You just open your mouth, you take him in, and then boom, you've got your little Link hat, and you've got a sword now, and you are Link.
Is that what he does? He assumes the identity?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's really
kind of cool.
They're capitalizing on their franchises in it. Too.
Yeah.
Like Link and stuff like that in there. Because,
So
they just have the most beloved franchises. Who doesn't want to be a pink Link?
Right? Ice climbers, you suck up those ice climbers, no homo. So
Alrighty then.
So when I saw that, and I was like, awesome. And then I started playing the Kirby games, and you could do it in the Kirby games too. And I was like, all right, so this is like a Kirby trademark thing. I was like, yo, I'm hooked on Kirby now. And ever since then, Kirby, I main Kirby on Smash. And I can't wait until they announce a fucking Smash for the Switch. That's when I'm gonna loot. I'm gonna riot. I'm gonna flip cars over and set them on fire. I'm like, yes! Yes! It's gonna be like the World Soccer Cup just got won hard.
Are you gonna be okay with just a redone Smash from Wii U?
I'm not gonna lie, if they gave me 4 new characters, yes, I'll be okay with it. Give me the roster you gave me before. That's cool.
I kind of feel like that's where it's gonna be at, is just a remake of the last Smash, kind of like Mario Kart did. Maybe with some subtle improvements, but
yeah, just give me those new characters and don't make them DLC. Don't be like, here's the remake and then 6 new characters, $30. that would be absolutely terrible. Give them to me in game, and then if you want to give me more through DLC, fine. But you absolutely need to give me new characters in the game if you're going to re-release it.
Absolutely.
Miggs is challenging me in the chat. All right, Miggs, you hook up that 64. We'll do it.
I mean Kirby, you know, me too.
We'll see who can Kirby the best. But like you said, if they come out with the remaster, they have a really decent roster. Talking about big rosters, like this is, I think, the only video game to have. I think this is the video game with the biggest roster as far as fighting. If you include like all the DLC, because they gave you Cloud, they gave you Bayonetta, you know,
Yep.
they gave you
Bayonetta.
They gave you all that snazz jazz. They gave you Sonic. You're like, what? When did Nintendo buy Sonic? So if they, I wouldn't be mad if they bring it over just because the roster's already so big, you know. And you can only add pleasure to that game by adding more characters. So, I'd eat it up, dude. I'd eat it up like breakfast. Especially because the last version I didn't get for the Wii U. I wasn't a Wii U guy. Like after the Wii, like the Wii was kind of cool. But after the Wii, I was like, oh, Nintendo products, I don't know.
Yeah, I felt the exact same way. I bought the Wii early on, waited around forever for games. They never came out, and I sold it. I was like, yeah, I'm done with this. This is stupid. So, but Switch really turned it around for me, man. I really enjoyed the Switch. So, yeah, I'm absolutely excited to play Smash again. I haven't played Smash in a long time.
It's true. I play it on the 3DS because that's where I get that. That's where I get that new roster, and it feels good.
Our upstairs neighbors had it on the Wii U.
Right, we tried it out for the Wii U a little bit.
We
Yeah.
got to play it there.
But guys, let's move away here from video game news and let's hop over to cinema madness.
Cinema madness, you say?
Because
It's madness.
it is madness. Because guys, Wonder Woman was knocked out of first place. She was up there, what, 2 weeks? 1 week? I feel like a week. 2 weeks?
A week or two.
2 weeks.
Oh, 2 weeks? Okay. She
2
was up
weeks.
there 2 weeks.
Yep.
Definitely no Guardians of the Galaxy. They were up there for like 3 months. Top 5, 3 months. But Wonder Woman unfortunately got knocked down by Cars 3, the Disney
that
Pixar
car.
animated movie, which was rumored to have a Batmobile in it, but they didn't do it. Why didn't you do it? Apparently they couldn't do
No
it.
lie.
Really? They didn't do it?
Yeah, they didn't do it. They were supposed to, but they didn't do it. It would have been cool to have a Batmobile cameo, especially maybe like an old school Adam West 66, especially with him passing away. You know, to have that vet in there. But Cars 3 took it away. And first place, Wonder Woman second place. Guys, third place was that Tupac Shakur All Eyes on Me movie. And fourth place was The Mummy.
Miss you.
Miss you, Tupac. Love you, babe. The Mummy, number 4. So Tupac did better than The Mummy. And then coming in fifth place, knocking out finally Guardians of the Galaxy, 47 meters down.
Oh yeah, the Shark movie.
It did 11 million, guys. So it didn't do very good at all. Apparently there was
No.
very little shark in that shark movie.
Isn't that sharks? No sharks?
Oh really?
Yeah. That was the biggest complaint of that movie, was there was very little
Wow.
shark for a fucking
That's
shark
pretty sad.
movie. Yeah. So, guys, Guardians, it hung in there. I think the only reason it went down is because there were too many new movies, right?
Yeah.
I feel like, because, you know, Cars is out new, All Eyes on Me is out new, 47 Meters all out new. Wonder Woman's been around for 2 weeks, you know, but people that didn't get to see Wonder Woman or were iffy about Wonder Woman are now watching Wonder Woman. And The Mummy, I don't know what's going on with The Mummy. You know,
I don't either.
You're never
Kinda bummed
gonna
out about that.
get me away from Brendan Fraser's Mummy. That was absolutely the best Mummy. That was The Mummy. There was no other Mummy.
This doesn't even look like the Mummy now. I mean, it doesn't look nothing like what they set out with in the first place.
Right? It's very supernatural. Tom Cruise is actually fighting mummies. Felt more like Street Fighter than The Mummy. Right, because the original Mummy had like an Indiana Jones with more supernatural.
Yeah, that's
feeling to it.
exactly what it was.
They just modernized it.
Yeah, it was a modern indie. Like.
And this is I don't know what this is. Battle of the Egyptian Gods featuring Tom Cruise.
Dun, dun, dun.
So I can see why that movie, is doing so bad.
I might have to go to the tower.
I saw the trailer and I knew it. I knew this movie.
You knew it.
I knew it. I was telling you, guy was like, well, maybe. I was like, yeah.
Well, I kind of had my own time because I do like Tom Cruise movies, and I just thought the splitting of the eyes was pretty cool, and so I was kind of figured it might be.
You mean those 2 seconds of trailer? You thought the whole movie was going to be good?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
Miss Smarty Pants. Yes, I did.
Oh,
so
guys.
in your face, I mean,
We also got a new planet.
I understand that clickbait, it gets you. It gets you.
Clickbait. War for the
tower,
Planet of the
please,
Apes.
before I explode.
War for the Planet of the Apes gave us a new trailer, and it looks really good. Caesar. This looks like it's going to be an all-out battle between apes and humans. It's finally come to that conclusion.
It's the remake of Battle for the Planet of the Apes.
No, it's not.
Well, I mean, think about it.
Well, I don't think so. Maybe.
I don't know.
Well, I thought about it. I don't
Did
think
you
so.
see? Somebody help me here. Did you see that? How there was Planet of the Apes, and then they went beneath.
Yeah, beneath, and then I remember the original Escape.
Conquest.
Yeah.
So Conquest, so Rise was basically Planet of the Apes, and then Dawn would have been like Conquest for the Planet of the Apes, and now War is going to be like Battle for the Planet of the Apes.
But I think they're going to lead into the originals, though. I don't think if they're in lieu of. I think they're previous or like around the same timeline. You see what I'm saying? Like while Charlton Heston is doing his shit in space, this is what's going on with James Franco on Earth. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I think they might loop around and then start remaking the new planets. But I think the apes right now are just set in a previous tense. What they really wanted to do, I think, was flesh out Caesar, because you hear about him so much in the original apes, but you don't really get to see him. So, and now not only to watch him develop, like from the first one to this one, where now he's like full-fledged talking, where before it was more grunting noises, and just
Love grunting noises.
So it's an evolution that I think people wanted to see, and that's why these movies are doing so well. From new fans like Sugah to old fans like yourself, Gal. I know I'm a nerd and I watched the old ones and I got them on Blu-ray. But that's just me. I'm weird that way. They are pretty good. Noel, were you ever a Monkey Man?
I've watched a couple of them. I don't know. I've just never. I don't know. It's never really. I watch them. I think they're fun films when I watch them. I don't ever regret watching them, but I don't know. They don't ever like strike me as like, oh, I need to see this.
Yeah. I mean, they've done a pretty good job. Matt Reeves is directing this one, and of course, Matt Reeves is in line to be that, or is actually the director for the Batman solo movie that's going to happen at some point. But
that's a touchy subject.
It is a very touchy subject, one that we've strayed from for a couple weeks now, because it was just depressing Batman for a while. Matt Reeves, if this movie does good, then I think there's going to be no problems moving forward with the Batman film. If this movie tanks, I wouldn't be surprised if Warner Brothers creative differences lets go of Matt Reeves.
Yeah. Creative differences. Warner Brothers should just stop making movies.
Creative differences. So they still don't have a director for that Flash movie. Just saying.
Just Super Saiyan.
But Wonder Woman did fantastic. Let's focus on that.
Yay!
So
thank God they could finally make a DC movie actually work.
And let's hope they keep the formula moving forward, Because if they don't, if Justice League bombs,
the only interest I have in DC films doing well is that Batman movies continue to be made. Like, if DC like we're just a tank, like that puts a damper on maybe getting Batman films. I mean, it's already taken a while to figure out what's going on with the newest one, so.
It's true. It's very true.
Batman's my favorite superhero, so more Batman.
More Batman. Well, I mean, if you want more Batman, you're definitely getting more Batman because Batman Mask of the Phantasm, which was originally released, animated movie, released back in 1993. I remember watching it, and my fucking brain was blown when I saw that movie. It had a really good story. It had the Joker, it had a new villain, the Phantasm, and at the end of the movie, she was a fucking woman. So, it was just, I mean, it was just really cool.
I think I've seen this one. What was the Phantasm?
The Phantasm is like a guy. It looked like a guy in a cloak with a hook for his right hand.
Oh yes, I do remember that. Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, so now it's getting the 1080 PhD remake treatment. It's coming out on Blu-ray next month. So I'll definitely be picking up a copy. It's coming with all the Batman extra features and DVD commentaries and all that good jazz. So that's all getting transferred over too. It's not just the movie. And guys, we actually, Sugah and I, not too long ago, we saw, if you're a Batman fan, definitely worth checking out. It's on Hulu. If you don't have Hulu, you can find it on the internet. Batman and Bill.
Yep.
Which is the documentary about Bill Finger, which is co-creator of Batman. Because for the longest time,
I think I saw that.
Yeah, you should check it out, Gauzy.
For the longest time, Bob Kane has been just credited as being the sole creator of Batman.
Sole creator.
When the whole time, it wasn't true.
There was a co-creator.
It was Bill Finger who came up with not only Batman himself, but most of the characters. Robin, the Joker.
Yeah, and the overall look of Batman.
And he was the first one to come up with the Batcave and the Batmobile.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a very interesting documentary. It lets you know not only about Bill Finger and what he went through, but his family, like generations to come. What? Like it was interesting hearing his granddaughter being in school, telling their teachers my grandpa created Batman. And then, teachers in, the whole school being like, yo, you're a fucking liar. Like, you're not related to Bob Kane.
Yeah.
And then she's like, no, Bill Finger. And they're like, who's Bill Finger? He's a fucking no one.
Yep.
So, it was a really good documentary.
Yep, you lying kid.
You fucking
like, you're
liar.
such a liar, and then you get in trouble for lying,
So, it was...
and also just there was a fan, the fan that really pushed for all of this. There was one fan that really started doing the research, and it's as he starts picking projects, okay, Batman is who else really helped out with this and the struggle that he went through years. His kid was 2 or 3 years old when he first started doing this, talking about Bill Finger, and now the kid was 13. So this was a long project that this dad.
The guy definitely did his research. Tracking not only Bill Finger but
be right back.
His lineage moving forward, whether he had sons and whether his sons had kids.
Yeah, and not giving up either. Keep plugging away.
Yeah, just keep chipping away.
Trying to get credit for this.
And he found
artist.
he found a whole bunch of hard evidence, and he was able to. He was able to get Bill Finger that credit, which is why I think for the first movie was Batman vs. Superman is the first movie where Bill Finger is ever credited as creator.
Yep.
Poor guy.
And so you see, Batman co-created Bob Kane, Bill Finger, instead of just one sole creator.
Yeah.
So a lot of work.
Yeah, a lot of work.
Unfortunately, it had to be that movie.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was telling Chuck when we were watching. I'm like, damn, what a movie to get your name.
Did he really want to take credit for that?
I actually have not seen that movie all the way through. I turned it on. It was on HBO one day, and I just turned it on, and it was the desert scene, and Batman has an assault rifle in his hand, shooting people. I was like, okay, I'm never gonna watch this. This is ridiculous. I don't even know what to say right now.
What is Batman doing in the desert?
It was, I saw it.
Look at sand in his suit.
I saw it in IMAX, which kind of made up for the fact that it was a bad movie because visually it looked really good.
Well, we took Matthias.
Right, and we took my godson, and he was 5 at the time.
Yeah, Matthias was 5.
So his, watching that in IMAX for him was like mind blowing.
Oh, it was like the best thing ever for him.
So that definitely added to the experience. But then later on, I got it on Blu-ray because it was on sale Black Friday, and they were also like, well, get the director's cut because it actually makes more sense and it's a better movie, but it's like a 4-hour movie. And I was like, all right, well, fuck it. Let me try it. Did it bump it up? Maybe by like 1 point. Like it went from like a 4 to a 5. so there you have it. It's a better movie. It's a better movie. It's definitely a better movie. So guys, that's pretty much it for this week, guys. Let's plug away here. DJ, where can the people find you?
Dave Jersey, Plattsburgh, New York on Facebook, Ion Indie Magazine, and on Twitter at DJJGal.
That's right. You guys go check out those lyrics, which are mostly rock, but he's got a sensitive side too.
I do. It's there somewhere.
Sugah, where can people find you?
Adela Red, ADELARED, the Instagram, the Facebook, or the Twitter.
There you go.
To tweets.
Noel, where can people find you?
Mainly on Twitter. Don't go to my Facebook. I don't ever use the thing. It's at NOLXERO. And then, of course, the DCC Radio podcast. You can find that on iTunes. I believe we're putting it out on SoundCloud as well. Not 100% sure, but it's definitely on iTunes and Podbean.
All right. Nice. And, of course, they go live Friday nights at 10 p.m. Central. At least they try to.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot. I totally forgot that we're doing that again. Yeah, we go live on Twitter or on Twitch. So definitely see us live, messing up in real time.
It's true. You can play trials and listen to these awesome kids.
Listen to these guys while they're doing it. I definitely tune in. You'll catch me in their chat every Friday at 10.
We do. It's our Friday night.
So guys, I'm Soopkichen, that's SOOPKICHEN, and of course you guys can find me here on Twitch. If you guys missed this episode or you're coming in late, you can find it later on YouTube. Again, that's Soopkichen. And of course, Twitter and Instagram, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in, however it is that you tune in. I really appreciate it, whether it's live here on Twitch, later on YouTube, or eventually on Podbean, if you're listening to this. No Zero, thank you so much. For being on the show. I know we promised people last week that we would have you, and they're like, "Soop, you're a fucking liar. You're just trying to get me to follow you, dude. You fucking liar."
The hatred was real.
Yeah, no, I really do apologize for that because I felt like a huge ass the entire day.
Oh, it's all good. I had no problem with it. I completely understood the situation.
It's early.
But I told you fuckers, I know No Zero. Again, thank you for tuning in, guys. We'll catch you guys next week when, I don't know, maybe that Tupac Shakur movie will move up to number 1.